Gavars at the moment on pole. Potenza, Statin, Valentas, Friesa, Durkaj, Atstinj, Jelos, the new driver, here today as a reserve for Italcheck Racing. Mike van der Burg, I believe, on P9, and Ciro Broschino in P10. Can we switch to Potenza? Probably not now, no. Because he sponges now. High Speed Racing is indeed on pole. Or is he? Or is he? Last second change. Gavars takes pole. Here on Baku. Jelos does not have premium, I believe. So he is racing in normal. Gavars behind. Gavars wanted to prove me wrong. I am for my rival Atstinj. Atstinj for the Latvian junior locomotives. His teammate is Friesa. So at the moment, P5, P7 are the junior locomotives. We have Gavars and Valentas at 1 and 4. Potenza and Potenza was High Speed Racing. And Flanagan, P2, P15. Statin Muffler Shop Racing, by the way. Muffler Shop Racing. And your darker Muffler Shop Racing. 16 and 3. Meyerhofer Contreras? Question mark? Thank you, Friesa, for giving the contribution. Bruschino Diana, 11 and 17. We have Durkaj von der Meide, 7-19. We have Gruber Jelos, 9 and 18. Mativeri and Lobkov, 12-15. Van der Burgt, 11 and 13. And that's it. That is everyone on here. P14 for your Darker. Can we watch T1 from LGI POV? No. I think we take someone in, preferably in the middle. I think I go with Mike van der Burgt, since then we see the pileup. Yes! Welcome to race 1. Welcome, guys. I'm pumped. And I unfortunately have to switch off the stream avatars now.
Racers, start your engines and let's get it on.
I'm nervous. Mofal? Me too. And I'm not even racing. Good luck, have fun. I apologize in advance. Good luck, have fun, everybody. When's the next The Keys? 2050, otherwise every Saturday. Na nu aber schnell! I think we go with Atstinj. Those cameras are bad.
No exceeding I 1 minute to incoming.
I think, yeah, especially abbreviations not working. Safety car is already in pit. There I am. Guys, are you ready? Green flag! And we are going Atstinj into P9. Do we see a pileup? Do we see a pileup? Into T1 and Almost a crash. No, everything's right for now. I don't see a huge pileup. No. T1 looks good to me. T1 looks perfect. T2, though. T2. Also good. Somebody overshot, I think. Vanderburg Dokash overshooting. And we are on with the race. That is it. Let me change to intervals. There we go. A bit of lagging here. Jealous Adstinch side by side. And I mean, what do you want more? No crashes so far. A huge change in places here. Potenza into P3. Flanagan into P13. Diana into P12. At the moment, there is fighting always here. Valentas fighting against Potenza. And Potenza losing it and getting collected. Meyerhofer, Grelos, Jealous taking off Meyerhofer. Huge crash. I'm not sure who is at fault there. We will have a talk about that. Oh no! What was that? A huge pileup at Castle Corner. Valentas just ran into that. Somebody sideways there. Von der Meide off. Jordake at the moment. Hunting. Claudio Diana. Gavastatin still running. Frieser off track into P19 at the moment. Jealous losing a place. Jealous losing more places. Jealous standing on track. Jealous doing nothing. Jealous and I think, oh boy, that will have an afterthought. That will have an afterthought. That was a crazy crash right now. I'm not sure how everybody's feeling. I think that was a crash that will have stewards burning with the question of what happened in Castle Turn. Gelos is in pit. He cannot let him know. He has to pit and stay in pit now. So he is not allowed to go out. Please let him know that. Adstinch in the back. Wesley makes the move on Gruber. Alright. Von der Meide in pit also, so I think LGI is done as well. Flanagan makes the move. Somebody had a very slow turn there. That was Claudio Diana, and Flanagan goes into P6. A lot of side-by-side here. Flanagan, Diana, Lobkov, Jordake, all side-by-side. Flanagan has the inside going into the braking zone now, pushing Diana out and going into it. Claudio Diana getting the place. Flanagan. Frieser in pit also. Is that race over now as well? Jordake overshot there. Has to manually get it working again. That is a quick right-hander there. That can happen. Durkaj in P16 getting Jordake probably very, very soon. Mativeri against Valentas. I'm not sure what happened to Jealous. He was just standing on track, and that will have a bit of a discussion for sure. I'm not sure that was entirely the right call here. Gruber. Oh, Gruber against Meyerhofer. That looked weird. In Castle Corner, we overtook. That looked a bit like... I'm not sure what happened there. What is happening here? What the fuck is actually happening here? I'm sorry. Pardon my French. I'm sorry. Quickly make the chat box a bit smaller, because I think otherwise it is. Oh, and Gruber gets into the wall there. Mativeri still hunting for Valentas, and he makes the move here. And is the overtake done? The overtake is done. That race will have discussions. I already see it. Lobkov Schlebusch is happening. Tyler Schlebusch against Lobkov into the braking zone, into T1 now. Lobkov has the inside. Clearly takes it, but no, he doesn't. Tyler makes the move round the outside. Beautifully done. Potenza, Claudio Diana also is happening. Claudio Diana was in P7 before. Something happened along the lines here. When is everybody going to the pits? Claudio Diana fighting with Shimon Durkash here, P15, P16. Lobkov Schlebusch is not done yet. Let me minimize that for now. Schultz in P11 right now. Schultz in P11, in P12. Fighting at the moment with Mike van der Burgt. Burgt. Mike van der Burgt. And Gruber very, very close behind. P12 at the moment. Now, the important thing is, what is the strategy here? Lobkov Schlebusch fighting it out as well here. At Castleturn, I don't think anybody is brave enough to overtake there, although we have seen Meyerhofer go in for it at Castleturn. We are here right now. I'm not sure who has damage and who has no damage. Lobkov so far, as you see, his name is red. That means he does have damage, if I am right about this. And do we see an overtake round the outside, or at least pushing? Wesley is pushing Tyler at the moment. Do we see it? No, I think it's just a wing issue. It's not a suspension issue. Gruber off. Gruber off loses it at exactly that point. He has to wait until he's clear. I think now he is clear. He can resume racing. Claudio Diana, a little bit of suspension damage. Frieser, did Frieser go into the pit normally? Or did he pit? He drove into the pits. Then everything is good. Valentas versus Ciro Broschino. Are my eyes deceiving me? Broschino in P4, P5. Side by side for a moment there. Valentas Broschino in P5. Yes, they have, Christian. They have to pit. Also, they have to pit for tires and fuel. That is a thing here. Otherwise, it will not last. At least fuel will be quite... You have to conserve quite a lot to make it to the end of the race. Tyler side by side. Side by side with Wesley van der Burgt. And we go in. Mike right behind that. One time, maybe two times if you want to go softs. Christian, that is the strategy. It is quite abrasive, this asphalt, and the tire manufacturer did send us a tire that degrades much faster. We did see that in the test. In the first test we did. Schlebusch side by side with Wesley still. And Mike van der Burgt there in the back is watching that from behind. He is waiting for an opportunity to arise. Wesley gets it into Castleturn. Makes the move here. There's always some fighting on right now. There's always some fighting on the road right now. Potenza, Schultz are fighting as well. Side by side here. Schultz in P13 right now. Fighting with Potenza. But also we saw in the test race that Schultz is trying to be easy on the tires. Because that could also be his strategy. And Schultz... Oh, Schultz hit the wall. I hope he doesn't have damage. Hope he doesn't have too much damage. Because that wall there has a problem. The bet that someone will do a Leclerc 2019. I don't think someone will do that. Oh, we had a problem at Castle Corner though. So that already happened. Broschino Flanagan. High speed racing versus SSI. Tonsha, I don't think so. What's the question? I think they already did a Leclerc. Tonsha, what's the question? I don't think you're stupid. Something else maybe is the issue here. Schlebusch versus Wesley still. By the way, Gavas is maintaining his first place. Schultz, P14. And Tyler tries the switcheroo. Does he get it? Does he get it? Into the next. I don't think he gets that back that quick. He has to fight for it. Mike made the move. Does Tyler make the second move? Into the braking zone, Tyler. Ooh, I would almost call dive bomba. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Yeah, now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, okay. Potenza now, here in the back. What was a very, very good pole position, and a previous almost pole position. He was starting quite high up. Potenza now is in P12. Something must have happened here at Baku. 5 laps have been driven. 5 laps have been driven. And Potenza now in the mix as well. We have 3 people fighting for 10th position for that 1 point. And you want that 1 point here. Every point can be a deciding factor at the end of this championship. Potenza, Schlebusch fighting a bit. But Schlebusch gets thrown out a bit. As well as to Dorkage. We see Schlebusch getting further down the line. And his friends at home see this on the big monitor now, on the TV. Schlebusch, you can do it. Try better. You'll do it. Dive bomba. Maybe not dive bomba. Oh! That looked scary as hell. That looked scary as hell. Nobody has the inside here. Potenza has the inside and goes for it. Crazy what we see here. Crazy. I don't know what that strategy was from Dorkage. Dorkage goes in, takes the inside line, gets it done in T2. Oh my god, indeed. What just happened? That was crazy. Tyler still trying to get into Dorkage. He is in the slipstream. He is in the slipstream, so he tries to get into his wake here and tries to get into the safety area where he can maybe try to go for a move. My voice cracked right now. So everybody is fighting for P10 right now here. Lobkov managing a well-rounded 8th position here. And the pit stops are coming up. The pit stops are coming up. When will people pit? And how will people pit? Will people pit for hearts? And did you see that? Dorkage managed to hit the wall at Castle Turn. Dorkage makes way. Does he have damage? It doesn't look like it, but he makes way for Tyler. Maybe he has damage. We're not sure. Maybe he has to come in. But that was a definitive touch there with the wall at Castle Turn. And we are approaching the last one. You need to do commentary provision. I don't think so. I tried that, by the way, with other series, with a different league series, and it went quite poorly. I'm very much at the start of my commentating thing here. I'll try my best, but I'm not there yet. I'll do my best though. So Valentas at the moment is trying to get closer to Mativeri Lane Motorsports versus the Latvian. The Latvian Lightning locomotives, not the junior. Because in the juniors, we have Friese. So Valentas, the reserve driver for Kudlis, who is not driving today. But Valentas is, and he is doing fantastically. So far, the Lightning locomotives are doing a 1-4. That is great placements for them. Should we go for progress at the moment? Look at that. Flanagan, from qualifying to now, made up 11 places. Friese lost 14. Von der Meide lost 1. He started quite in the back, but he will not resume racing since he had damage. Not a good day for LGI Racing, but Dorkage may be able to do something. Valentas, what a move on Mativeri there in the inside at Castle Turn. At the Castle corner. And Valentas goes into P3, made up 1 place now. So Valentas, Gavars on the podium. 1-3 for them. Nick Fornermeyer disconnects at the moment. Flanagan at the moment 11 places up. I'm saying at the moment too much. Lobkov made up 7 places. Broschino, Ciro Broschino, he is absolutely not resting on his laurels. 4 places up, P7 right now. Claudio Diana, his counterpart in P17. So far, where he started, maybe he can make something better here. Schultz, 5 places up so far, but the strategy will decide where he will end up at the end of the race. Tyler Schlebusch in P7, lost a few places right now. Otherwise, he would have more. But yeah, Wesley Vanderburg with P4, with 4 places up in P9 right now, fighting it out with Potenza at the moment. Also, Lobkov 7 places, I already told you. Mattiveri made up 8 places. Schultz did pit, hope it was not a TP. I don't think it was, but we will see later. I hope everybody has the replay for this race, because that will be analyzed later at a specific point. You will get like penalties and so on in the amount of 24 hours, and then you have a 48-hour appeal time when you can appeal to the penalties ahead and can maybe say, hey, I have evidence that was not me. In what laps do we expect to pit? To be honest, since every compound can be used back and forth, I think I am very, very unsure as to when we will see pits. We haven't seen pit stops yet, other than Schultz did actually pit. We have Gavars on mediums, Statin on hards. So most of the people started on mediums. They will probably be done after 10, maximum 12 laps. I cannot think that they would hold longer. I changed back to intervals, of course. I am sorry about that. So Potenza fighting it out right now for P8 with Lobkov here. Difference of 0.7, getting closer and closer. Lobkov probably has wing damage. That is why his name is red. So I don't think that we see the full experienced Lobkov that he usually is. Potenza has no damage. He is white. His name is white. That means he has no wing damage, no extensive wing damage. If his name is yellow, that means he has a cracked suspension maybe, or a wing damage. And if it's red, it means that is a full damage on one component of the car. Gavars behind. So Gavars is running out, he is running with it. Fastest lap of the race, 2:13.399. 2 seconds ahead of Statin at the moment. Potenza, Lobkov are switching, as we see Potenza gunning for it. But also Lobkov did go into the pit. Is he repairing his damage or not? We see the first pit of lame racing, at least. The other racer is Mattiveri. Not sure he has damage, but we'll see later for sure. The battle of at the moment is Potenza Broschino and Ciro Broschino from the Aeronet SSI eSport team against Potenza, who is driving for high-speed racing. And Broschino loses it a bit there at the outside, and Potenza just says, thank you very much, I'll take this, and goes for the inside into P7. Beautifully done, and what an overtake that was. Tyler Schlebusch in P12 right now, going closer and closer to Durkash. He has found his way and will now gun for P11, because Muffler Shop Academy wants points today. And Muffler Shop Academy so far, we'll hope to see it. We'll hope to see it. With Schultz at the moment in P16 and Schlebusch in P12, there is no points yet, but we might see points in especially when the strategies pan out. You have to activate that LGI in your content manager. Activate free camera, and then you can do it with F7. Alright, alright, alright. Well, then F7. Schultz! If you want to orbit him, then you do it with F5. Mativeri going into the pit as well. The lame motorsport strategy goes in. Lobkov first, then Mativeri. We didn't make like a specific plan for you have to go in after one of another, so you can't go in into the same pits. We didn't make that rule yet. That was an early idea, though, I have to say. That was an early idea. So, Schultz, F7 is free camera. F5 is orbiting. Right. Schultz getting closer to Yordake. Yordake does not seem to have damage. They will start to pit in lap 13. That is the prediction. Is that the prediction? Let me see. The mediums technically... Let me see if we can actually look at that. Oh, I don't get data for the M's, unfortunately. Alright. How long they last. But we'll see. Lap 10 now. So you want to maybe have the best of both worlds. So if 13 laps is how long they last, pitting in lap 10 is probably the best start to do it if they last 13. I cannot imagine them lasting that long, but if they do, that's very, very good. Alright, Wesley gunning for Broschino. .8 at the moment. Broschino losing a bit of ground here and there, but he is doing very, very fabulous. And as I said at the commentator's curse, please shoot me. Shoot me. As I said that Broschino is doing a good job. He is losing it in that area. Claudio Diana gets out of the pit, and I think that was over the line. If we can talk about that maybe later. I am not sure. Valentas! Valentas loses it as well. And oh my god. A huge problems. That is crossing the line. That is crossing the pit line. That we definitely have to talk about. Because that was in the announcement, I believe. So everybody is pitting now at pit 11. Yes, I am talking about it, Talarino. Not everybody has to... say that in chat. We did have it on camera. We did have it on camera. So all good, all good. Make a report for it. We will see it afterwards. Claudio Diana crossing the pit. Valentas also spinning at the pit. Now, the not yet pitted Flanagan here. Could be cold tires. Could definitely be cold tires. So, Lobkov, in the wake of Mike Vanderburgt, will we see an overtake in T3? It is. Tries for the outside. Oh, that was a blunder. I'm not sure that was a particularly good blunder. It did not work out into the braking zone here. Where that 2 moves, that's all. That's I think only for the person in the front, right? Not for the person attacking. And prepping the corner, you have to imagine that's true. Statin goes into the pit. Atstinch is P8 because he hasn't pitted yet. I firmly believe. Let me see. Nope, Atstinch has not pitted yet. That is why he is where he is. I made real good love to Castle Corner. Yordake into Castle Corner. Did he crash his car indefinitely? Are you done, Yordake, or will you go out again? We will see it. Mativeri quite close still to Tyler Schlebusch, but also massive suspension damage managed to get to the pits. Alright, so Yordake is still driving. Valentas in pit. Yet again because of damage, maybe. Still in P3, or did Valentas pit? I am unsure about that. Mativeri goes into P4. So the net leader is still Gavas, but he still has to pit. He still has to pit. He drove out a few seconds for sure, but when will he pit? When will it be enough for him? Mativeri versus Tyler. Coming in very, very close. Also, Mike makes the move on Lobkov. And as we approach, there is Yordake, the back marker. Mike van der Burgt versus Lobkov very, very soon. There he goes. And right behind that is Wesley. And we will see if there are team strategies ahead. Because the Vanderburgs are well known and they are quite close together now. Lobkov is basically sandwiched between them. We'll have to see if there is a strategy ahead. Mativeri Schlebusch is still 0.6 in difference. We might see a battle there very, very soon. But for now, the battle for P7 is on. Mike van der Burgt in the front. Wesley van der Burgt in the back. And Lobkov right in the middle here at Castle Corner. Throwing himself in here. Lobkov is doing a very, very good job being consistent. He also had most of the training on track. Lobkov, crazy guy. If he preps it, he preps it good. The Lane Motorsport guys, they are racing in the night and in the day. They are trying to train for the races as best as they can. And we know Lobkov. Oh, and we have a crash. Yordake, a back marker, crashes and Lobkov has to get a hit on there. I'm not sure what happens. And Yordake is in pit, so he definitely teleported there. That we will have to go. A lot happening here, so the stewards will have to go through the whole replay and see what is happening. Yordake Muffler Shop Racing is out for now. Statin in P2 is getting valuable points for the team. Claudio Diana off as well. Broschino in P15, but has already pitted. I think most of the people already pitted now. Mativeri Schlebusch. It did happen, but Schlebusch is trying to get it back side by side. Mativeri Schlebusch for P3, and Tyler is taking his merry time to go for the turn, and Mativeri will take the pleasure to do that as well. Still side by side, 2 turns side by side right now, but after this it probably ends. Tyler takes his lead into P3 now. Mativeri. Lap 13 right now. Gavas still hasn't pitted. Right? Or am I wrong about this? Gavas and Schlebusch still have not pitted yet. Their tires still feel absolutely good. Enough for them to race it. Last lap from Gavas was a 2:13.6. And with that time, I wouldn't pit either, to be honest. Because his best lap at the moment is still good enough for that. But it's good enough for me, as the old song goes. But it's good enough for me. Mativeri Schlebusch still close. And Lobkov Valentas in here. Fighting for it. So first race here at Baku. They will already be some penalties for sure. at least for crossing. And we'll see. Side by side, Mativeri. Schlebusch still is... Tyler trying to go for indefinite? Is he not going for it? Is he not go for it? Into the braking zone here. Tyler, what is he planning? Schultz has to go to P14. His strategy is still pretty good. He is in P14 right now. Very good race so far from Michael Schultz. Shimon Durkaj in P13. And Frieza is saying, fuck, I'm going for fast lap. Keep in mind that fast lap only counts for the top 10. It's the same as you need to finish in the P10. So this will not give you a point. It's the same as F1. But yes, Frieza is locking in. Trying for the fastest lap. It won't give him much, but he will not... I think it will get denied if someone else has the fastest lap. Right? That was how it works in F1. If someone else does the... he will not get awarded the point, but he denies other people it, or... I'm not sure. Maybe I'm off there. I don't know the rule book that good of F1. If Frieza crashes now because of that, that will have his consequences. Alright, Valentas. That would also be a good thing if we actually have pre-qualifying and a team has a whole race ban. That might be a possible way for other peoples to get in. That's true, the point doesn't matter. The thing is that he... well. Valentas, hunting for P8. Very important points for the Latvian Lightning locomotives. He was in P3 for a time, but I think he took a drive-through because of crossing. So, the thing is, will that give an additional penalty or not? We'll have to talk about it. Valentas in the wake, in the slipstream, and he goes for P8. Beautifully done. On the straight here. Does he close the door? He closed the door eventually. Does Wesley get it back here? Nope. Brakes early. And maybe waits for an opportunity to arise. Gruber! In P17. Did he just pit? The battle against Claudio Diana is on here. P17 versus P16. Claudio Diana from Aeronet SSI versus Gruber from Italcheck. Adstinch 2.5 seconds behind now. Gaining maybe on Lobkov for P10. That point might be important in the end. So Adstinch has to at least try to get that point under the hood. That is not the saying, I believe. Potenza, Schlebusch. Schlebusch still has not pitted yet. What is Schlebusch's idea here? Is he really trying for 5 more laps? Are his tires actually managing this? And Gavas goes in. Gavas goes for his pit stop. And we are waiting. Gavas is not behind, he's in pit. Statin goes for it, but Gavas has perfect tires now. I did say it, and I mean it. Every point matters. In every championship I'm doing, every point matters. And especially here now. And Adstinch goes for it. Adstinch, P10. 1 point. Schlebusch not pit looks good, to be honest. He's on podium and there are only 5 laps remaining. But if the tires are really dead now, I'm not sure if he can take that. But, I mean, serves him good. Mativeri, Schlebusch, that took some time out of the both of them. Mativeri now, and Schlebusch goes to pit. The tires are done. He had his moment. He had the 5 minutes. Schultz losing it, unfortunately. Does he have damage? Oh, no! No! Schultz has brutal suspension damage. And I think that concludes it. Mike getting his car out of the pocket, getting back onto the road again. I can feel Schultz's pain also. He had such a good game going. Such a good game. Lobkov goes for P9. Adstein still P10. Schlebusch in P11 now. Gunning for it. And Schultz is like getting himself back to the pit. His wheel is basically... Look at his wheel. It's done. It's done. Schultz has to get that back. He could still lose the place to Gruber, so he has to be careful. Tries to get his car back. Bruschino goes into P13. Lobkov still fighting Adstein. Mofal has to go for a full repair, and we'll have to see how long that takes. He goes onto the pit. Hopefully no drive-through with that mounted, and he goes over the line. There it is. Let's repair. Let's go in. Potenza here. Potenza at the moment gunning for P3. Everybody wants the podium. Drift Enjoyer, you can immediately, you will have the replay and you'll see that. No DNF today, says Mofal. He brings it over the line. He brings it over the line and we'll see. We'll see if he... And there, Meyerhofer, Schlebusch, close. Yes. You'll have 24 hours from now on to review it and put out penalties, I would say, so that everybody can do an appeal in the time. Durkash is in the pits as well, but I think that was his mandatory one pit. No, he did 2 stops. So maybe the tire strategy is a different one. Maybe he is gunning for something. I don't know yet what the strategy is. Meyerhofer doing good. Suspension damage, LGI says. Lobkov. Pressuring Schlebusch a bit to the side. Meyerhoff, Lobkov, Schlebusch. Meyerhofer going for it. Add T3 into the braking zone. We are 3 wide. We are 3 wide. We are 3 wide at Baku. That is crazy. I absolutely love this race. And someone lost it. Lobkov. Lobkov losing it. Was he touched? Or wasn't he? What happened to Schultz? My Wi-Fi went off. Tonja. Unfortunately, Schultz had a big crash and suspension damage. He had to bring his car back to the pits, just barely making it to the pits, and he is repaired now. He said no DNF today, but unfortunately, he lost his places because he had major suspension damage and had to come back to the pits. Very unfortunate for Muffler Shop Academy today. But Schultz, he's not out of the race. He's still racing, but the chances of him getting a place still are quite slim for now. It's crazy. In this race, everything is happening at once and all the time. And we see Potenza going for it. And there comes the move. There comes the move. Potenza goes in for Mativeri, who is in P4 now. But still side by side into P1. And Mativeri stays with his line side by side. Has the inside, but Potenza makes the move around the outside. Mativeri braked quite early. And there we go. Valentas close to Flanagan. Gavars behind. Gavars behind Statin, yes. But Gavars is on a better tire set. And he is gaining. He is gaining. Well, it is 2 seconds when he went out. We'll see. Oh, and Valentas. Valentas goes for the outside. Oh, they touch. They touch! Flanagan and Valentas touch! That will be a point of discussion for sure. Both not submitting to the corner, both going in and touching. Flanagan might have locked up there. The whole race so far has been nothing but interesting things. By the way, we will probably not go through the replay after this. The replay will get uploaded to the Discord, and then the stewards will take over. But we have other ways, and Gavas loses it! No, this is not Gavas, this is Flanagan. I'm sorry, I saw Gavas for a moment, but that was fastest lap. Sorry. I was... Whoo! Flanagan losing it again. And Valentas is in the front again. I thought for a moment that was a Gavas. I'm sorry. That was not Gavas. Gavas fastest lap. 2:11. He is on a fresh tire set right now. Fresh tire set. Drift Enjoyer, you have 24 hours to make for penalties. You will talk about this. There are more stewards. Don't penalty now in chat, please. Do that later. do that later when we can talk about this. Flanagan versus Mike. Yeah, but we haven't seen it yet. It's still. Gavas behind. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna park it on the finish line so... No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Flanagan and Mike are fighting. We haven't seen it yet in the replay, Drift Enjoyer. Don't make... Like, you are a steward, and if you say something that might get... put up as a certain thing. Frieza, I think his race is done. Teleport to pits and stay there. Don't... No. Teleport to pits and stay there. No point. The battle is on. As we saw in Miami Bayside, where there was a hunt for the lead. 2:11. His fastest lap is a 2:11.8. And Statin loses it, goes wide in T1. And Gavas makes the move now. This is lap 20 out of 21. And he goes for it. Or does he? Statin still has the outside. We see a battle for the lead until the last few laps. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Gavas, by the way, we have to say, Gavas did pit very late. He is on very good tire set.
Through goes Hamilton! Unbelievable stuff!
He probably has a specific tire set and fuel set in his strategy. So he is like this is absolutely calculated here. He went in late and he is now gunning for it against Statin. He is pressuring the hell out of him. Statin went in earlier. If they both... If that is crazy. That is crazy. Gavas and both go into castle together. Gavas has to pull out a bit. Goes in yet again. He is pressuring Statin to the max. We see it here. It's crazy. It's crazy what happens here. Look at that. No move here. But Statin is getting pressured at exactly the right points. Gavas is pushing at the outside. Gives Statin a worse line to maybe go for a better exit now. Gavas knows what he's doing. And he is laughing maniacally as he does it, I believe. After everybody is over the line, Frieza, you can. If there's still... Like, if Gavas is over the line, you can come out. Not earlier. Because everybody is still racing. So, Side by side, Gavars, Stettin. This is the last lap of the goddamn race. And we are fighting. Stettin versus Gavars. Traffic incoming in the front. Valentas, Thunderbolt are still fighting. But this is the fight. This is the... I couldn't have this fight as it will. I want an action cam footage for this. And I want it on the Discord. And I want it on the YouTube. Because this is beautiful. We are side by side in T3. Gavars is not moving out. Stettin is... Hell no, he's not moving out. Beautiful. What we picked for Muffler Shop Racing. Beautiful. What we are seeing today here. The leaders on the final race. But who is the leader? Is it Stettin or will it be Gavars? Stettin is defending like crazy. On the start-finish straight, Gavars is keeping it calm. Gavars is keeping it calm now. Because on the start-finish, he can still do slipstreaming. Or will Stettin give it to Gavars and do the same? What is the strategy here? And Bruschino is there. And Bruschino could be the race ender here. He has to move out now. And he does. He does. Bruschino moves out. Beautiful. Blue flag. And now the battle is on. The battle is on. I am completely crazy for this race. We have seen 21 laps of absolute masterpiece cinema here at Baku. I am absolutely floored by how beautiful this has been. We don't have that many DNFs. People said Baku could be crazy. T1 crashes, lap 1 crashes. We didn't have a crash. We didn't have a goddamn crash in lap 1. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And it ends, yeah, it ends now. Now it ends. And Gavars, when does he make the move? When does he make the move? I guess it's now. And he bumps Stettin. He bumps him a bit. Was Stettin going off there a bit? And oh boy, this is a battle to the line. Oh my god. It is not. Or is it? Gavars goes over the line first. Gavars goes over the line first and wins at Baku. Wins. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolute treat to watch. Crazy race, I have to say. But they're much more crazy than Miami Bayside. Oh, Potenza loses it. Potenza loses it on the last straight. Potenza loses it. The podium goes to Mativeri. What? Potenza goes back. Does he have major damage? He doesn't. Valentas will probably not get it. But Mativeri goes in for P3. Absolutely beautiful. Mativeri goes over the line. Securing himself. P3 and the podium. What did I just witness? What did I just watch? First place, Latvian Locomotives. Latvian Lightning Locomotives. Second place, Muffler Shop Racing. Third place, Lame Motorsports. Potenza comes in. Fourth place, Valentas P5. And who of the Thunderbooks was earlier? Wesley. Wesley, the best keyboard player I know. The best mouse and keyboard driver I know. Sixth place. Behind him is his brother, Mike Thunderbook, James Flanagan, Mikko Satstinch, Meyerhofer in P10 with the last point, Schlebusch P11, Lobkov P12, but there will be penalties probably, so this was absolutely beautiful. Tyler says there was backmarker problems, and we will have all the time in the world, that means 24 hours, to review that.